Once again, thank you very much for the invitation. Actually, I'm making this presentation on behalf of Dr. Huda Baraka, who is the advisor of the minister and in charge of the artificial intelligence portfolio at the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology. Unfortunately, she couldn't be with us today due to a very urgent and sudden commitment. So actually, our first phase for the AI strategy has been very much has been concluded recently, and I would like to highlight some of the achievements of this first phase of the strategy, as the highlight of this presentation is actually on the second stage. So the first phase of the strategy has actually produced the Egyptian Charter for Responsible AI, and here we're very proud to have it actually formulated in alignment with the OECD recommendation on AI. We have a long partnership with the OECD and with the whole team working on the AI portfolio, and I think it had a very strong impact on the formulation of the Egyptian Charter. This is on the one hand. On the other hand, I have to note that the first phase has been focusing on 4 major pillars: the AI for government, AI for development, AI for health, and for international relations. But another very important was actually the development of the Applied Innovation Center, which is the implementation arm for Egypt in AI projects. And some of the main projects or achievements of the Applied Innovation Center have been actually in using AI in diagnosis model for vision disorders, AI system for agriculture, machine translation and speech recognition, AI in early detection and diabetic retinopathy, and high performance computing. The following phase of the AI strategy actually has been very much influenced by an important study that we have conducted with the OECD within the country program, the national country program with the OECD, where we had an OECD review of the first phase of the strategy, and it was entitled Egypt in the AI Age. This study was very important for us because it helped us as different stakeholders to identify some of the gaps and some of the needy areas of work, of intervention that we need to work on in particular. And thus it has inspired greatly the formulation of the second phase, which is what I'm presenting today, and this is actually an updated draft of the second phase. So among the issues that have been raised by the OECD team that has done the review was issues related to funding for specialized funding for AI in Egypt, also the data accessibility, the importance of having the data sets, and also AI literacy, the importance of having more programs on AI literacy and capacity building, and also large language models, and maybe integration also in the legislation, and other points that we have been addressing one by one in our plan for this new phase. Actually, I have to say that the transition period from the first phase to the second phase was very important. It was quite a learning experience for us because we have been actually investigating and probing into each point that we have discussed together with the OECD team and with other consultancy firms in order to produce the second phase of our strategy. In the new phase of our 2024-2028, we are focusing on the six pillars. As you can see, we have actually the infrastructure pillar, the data pillar, the technology pillar, the talent pillar, and the ecosystem. In each of the pillars, the 6 pillars, there are very specific initiatives. There are in total 19 initiatives that have been addressing the different gaps we talked about and which we consider important for the maturity of the AI ecosystem in Egypt. And let me go very briefly through the different pillars. I'm not going to spend much time, but for instance, for the governance pillar, I would like to mention that we have two main initiatives: the National AI Regulatory System, which includes a Center for Responsible AI, and to have a regulatory body in place, among other things, in addition to global and regional AI dialogue. This is for the governance pillar. For the data pillar, I would like to note that we have 4 initiatives: a comprehensive data framework and standards, high quality sectoral data sets, open data and data exchange platform, and data privacy initiatives. But let me point out, for instance, to the importance of creating open data portal, an incentive mechanism, and developing data sets relevant to priority sectors. In the technology pillar, I would like to note 3 main initiatives: the National Foundation model, and we are hoping to have a large language model department developed under the Applied Innovation Center. This is a very important target that we have, as well as use cases for LLM, but we are also looking into small language models. In addition, we are working on R&D resources and on AI patent granting system. For the infrastructure pillar, we are talking about cutting-edge domestic data center, intelligent cloud and computing resource, ubiquitous 5G and fiber, and we are expecting the rollout of our 5G before the end of the year, and ensuring data center sustainability. For the 5th pillar, for the ecosystem, particularly working on the startup level, we are working very hard with ITIDA, the Information Technology Investment Development Agency, on securing investment environment, including AI venture capital awareness program, AI investment communication platform, regulatory framework. We have another initiative with industry and academia for a research platform. And we have also an initiative to support AI startups. We hope to have 200 or more companies in place specialized in AI systems. And also one very important target is to have public awareness of AI development, and because this is very important to increase the uptake of AI in the country. For the 6th pillar, the talents, we have been already working very hard on the talent. We have the Digital Egypt Generation Initiative that is quite ambitious, but we are still aiming to develop that further by having the senior AI expert cultivation and attraction, international academic alliances, and cross-discipline course development. What you see in front of you in this slide are some key target achievement KPIs for the 6 pillars in the current draft of the strategy. Let me then move very quickly to use cases, which we are very interested and very keen to implement in the 2nd phase of the strategy. You will find here use cases, specific use cases determined for government, for the judiciary, for education, for BPO, agriculture, digital transformation, healthcare, energy, culture, and tourism, which have been also selected based on the priority sectors in Egypt. I would like to note very quickly, again, and to refer to what Mr. Singh said in his introductory remarks, that the AI issues are not local issues, they are also very much of global issues. And here we are very much relying on international initiatives that have been taking place. And now we've seen actually a lot of initiatives going on, especially with the adoption of the global digital compact and some of the decisions that the UN have taken, but I will key specific initiatives for us, which could actually democratize, as Mr. Singh mentioned, further AI uptake, such as the initiative of the G7 presidency of Italy for the UNGP with UNGP, and I would like also to note the effort that is made by France in preparation for the AI Action Summit and some practical concerns that they are raising, which are very important for us, but because I think that computational resources and the availability of data sets on the regional and international level could facilitate a lot of the work of emerging economies and bridge the computational gap and the data sets gap that exists currently. From our end, we have been very active on the African and Arab level. We have concluded together with the continent the African Union Continental Strategy on Artificial Intelligence, and we held the first first dialogue with the OECD. The OECD was also instrumental in that, and we are going to host in December the second part or the second phase of this dialogue, where we're taking the continental strategy to the implementation level. So I hope that also the GIP Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence will have a chance to make a presentation in this dialogue. Lastly, I want to mention that we are working now, we have a draft, an Egyptian AI Act that has been to a large extent inspired by the EU Act, particularly in terms of categorization of risks. We are aiming to have a balanced act, but we think that this is a necessity, and this act will also introduce a regulator for AI in Egypt. Well, these are the highlights of what has been happening in Egypt, and I'm happy to answer any questions if I can. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Tawfiq, for this very comprehensive approach to AI and this presentation. I open the floor for questions, if any. In fact, if I may think of asking, are you considering joining GPA, Egypt?
We are actually discussing this. Yes, we're discussing it. Well, Mr. Singh, I have to say that now we are flooded with initiatives, global initiatives on the multilateral level and also mini summits. But the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, we consider it a pioneer entity. But we really need to study well the possibility of joining it. And this is what Dr. Hoda Baraka is doing for the moment.